Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah, ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, and I hit that.
There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On the tackle.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Check, block 54, block 54. I hope you brought your legs because I'm about to take you to school. Right there.
This is Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57's the mic, rock 57.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Open man is Amara Darboh, complete. Wilson, 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Mostert, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right there. Alert. 54 Mike. Get ready.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4. Check. Hot.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now, these two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Mostert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On the option, a handoff to Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, The guys who just gave up that play.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
You. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
From the gun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quan Williams. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They go play action with Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Right there, 54, right there.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it'll bring up third down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations. You're trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
First down.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
2nd and 7.
Second down and 7.
You can't hang. He's not going to get me. Tight. 65, 65. Go, fellas. Here we go.
Here's Tevin Coleman, now in his 2nd year with the Niners. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Brought down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Now it's Lockett. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how
at the 23-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Stand 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, Wilson. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Myers' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Let's go, Ty.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run it now with Juszczyk. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Mostert. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. K.J. Wright, the one who shot in there to get him down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Here we go.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him.
Garoppolo.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
4-yard attempt.
The kick by Gold is good. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 29, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go, guys. 4 down. 4 down. Check.
Play action. Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he is all the way up past the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Mostert, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Complete.
Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here we go, here we go. White. Here we go. Check out,
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
He doesn't give many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number is going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking that a lot of times their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Seahawks.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He was
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And this winds up a pick half to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. Open man is Ayuk, complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Jackson's pass.
Brandon Ayuk,
his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Now Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
At the 8-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Mostert. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
And it's 3rd.
That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away.
The 49ers.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Niners 27. Seahawks 17.
Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Raheem Mostert.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Okay, buddy, I see you.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Gold to add the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Niners 40, Seahawks 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Let's go, D. Right there.
On first down, Wilson. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Let's go, Heavy. Look. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.